Welcome to Downtime in the Apocalypse, a podcast where Ted talks and Kevin listens. I'm Ted.
And I'm Kevin.
Listeners, new year, same apocalypse. Honestly, from what I know of the news, I've been, for various personal reasons, not really paying any attention to social media, normal media, imperial proclamations, that
Yeah,
sort of thing.
yeah.
But it seems like a lot of stuff's happening right now. I legitimately don't know the details at all at this point.
I mean, it's better we don't even mention it because as soon as we say anything, there's probably going to be new details coming out.
That's true, and given Kevin's currently editing an episode that we just did, so no matter what, there's going to be a time delay.
Yeah, there's
So
definitely going to be a time delay.
we could probably say anything we want right now, and it's going to be wrong.
All right, I do want to make a promise to you, my dear listeners, since I've been not 100% top on my game here, since like break and everything. We've been pretty steady with like the release of videos and everything. I'm gonna get back onto that, and I'm going to be releasing the next video by Saturday, as in Saturday so people can keep me to this, 9th, Saturday the 9th of January.
Kevin, they're going to hear this after that's been released.
I know, and then they can like either
so then they can go, you liar.
yeah, they can either like call me like a bullshit artist, or they can say like, oh, he keeps his word, kind of.
That's fair. I like this.
Yeah, or I release this so late nobody remembers. So either way, I win. So
that being said, you have been diligently editing, and right before this, you released a new episode, where we once again were introduced to our Lord and Savior Brawny.
Yep, Brawny, who died for our sins, which is I had to use that for the title.
Was the best title. As soon as I saw that, I just started laughing. My students were very confused.
Did Andrew text you at all? He texted me quite a bit.
He did.
Okay. I'm glad I got more context on it now. He told me about how it used to be just like an old VHS that they used to rent that was like a rip from a TV episode of it. So quality wise, we watched it on YouTube. That was like the best quality I bet.
That was better than he's ever seen.
Yeah, exactly. But I would also kind of appreciate that. It would be
absolutely.
Yeah, just having it's like crappy to crap to crap. It's like cubed even. So I would love that so much. A VHS copy of a TV rip, and it's a bad movie. Crap.
Yeah, it's not like you snuck a video camera in to see Jaws or something.
I mean, did you ever like watch a movie that was like bought off of those kind of people? Like,
yes, I've done that before when I was younger. I promised myself I wouldn't go as much this time.
Well, I promised myself I'm not gonna laugh as much because I hate the sound of my laugh now at this.
Oh.
Like doing the podcast makes me hate myself more and more. I like how I sound.
Okay.
Let me get specific with that.
Yeah. Now I'm just worried about Kevin's mental health. I forgot what we were talking about.
We're talking about rips from movies.
The worst one I've ever done is I watched a ripped copy of Cloverfield.
Oh, and that's a found footage film too.
Yes.
So kind of a found footage within a found footage.
Yes, that's exactly it.
I actually, I like the meta of that. That's good.
The problem is when the found footage quality is purposely bad.
Oh, what do you mean purposely bad?
It's like they're shaky and everything. Like you have the found footage quality of it, which does make it a worse looking movie in a lot of ways, but to add
less cinematic.
Yes, which adds something to it. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad art form, but when you take a copy of that with a notably worse copy, it's very hard to figure out what's happening.
Yeah, it's going even more confused with it. I mean, it's already pretty disjointed, but that along with I understand. I don't like found footage movies in general. I feel like they're all very samey.
Yes.
So it's like a lot of that repetition. Cloverfield's probably the best found footage I've watched.
One of the first ones that I ever thought
of. I think Blair Witch Project came before that.
That would make sense, though. I saw Blair Witch Project fairly recently.
Oh, I was gonna have that on a thing. So
no.
Okay. How'd you like it? Because I think it's boring as hell.
Have I seen the Blair Witch Project? I need to actually look up what that movie was.
Well, there's a remake of it that came out semi-recently, a couple of years ago.
I have not seen that.
Oh, okay, so you've seen like the older version
I think I've seen the old one.
Yeah, where it's just like a bunch of kids getting lost in the woods, and then they hear scary things outside of a tent.
Yeah, and I've definitely seen the sequel.
Yeah. Oh, the sequel, dude! I love that movie. It's so bad. It's like got nothing to do with the first one.
All right, so when I was younger and cable got really good,
Yep.
and we had like 700 channels, a lot of them movies.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first time I was really given like no bedtime or expected time to go to bed.
Right. You don't have like a set curfew, I guess. Yeah.
And I would often basically half asleep watch movies.
Okay. Sort of like to help you sleep, or like just sort of a
No,
thing.
it's just like it was I kind of savored being up later, and I just kind
Oh,
of
okay.
enjoyed it.
Enjoy that freedom.
But often it meant that I saw really stupid movies, and Blair Witch Project 2 was one of those movies I cannot recall like anything about.
That's
But then
fine.
I watched the movie again, and I was like, oh no, I recall it perfectly.
Yes.
The other, so I would occasionally fall asleep on the couch from this.
Yeah.
There was one time where I just kept like waking up a little bit,
Right.
and I would watch just a little bit of Comedy Central and go back to sleep.
Yeah. Okay.
And I woke up to a guy going on stage and singing a song called "Show Me Your Genitals."
Okay. Perfect.
Have you seen this?
Yes.
Okay. And like that was the end of like the skit though, so it was
Right.
that and then credits. And I honestly thought I was dreaming.
Okay. Gotcha. I that'd be like a really weird dream. So it's
It's
like,
also really weird.
yeah. So I
It's such a weird song.
I mean, yeah. That sounds like a Bo Burnham song, if you know who that is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I actually met him once.
Oh, that's awesome. I love Bo Burnham. Like, where'd you meet him?
Boston.
Oh, just like on a thing, or?
No, there wasn't nice.
Well, I mean, he doesn't portray nice.
Yeah, no.
So that's fine. It'd be like being like Daniel Tosh and expecting like a very caring personality. So no, no. I one thing to talk about, just like watching things like at kind of like weird hours. When I was younger, I loved watching like anime. The only time I could watch anime was like Adult Swim.
See, I think that was the
Yeah.
start of me being up late.
Yeah. But my thing was kind of like reverse, where I would just wake up like wicked early, like at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. or like 3 a.m. or whatever, just so I could watch like Detective Conan.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
good. I can
so
respect that.
I loved watching those episodes just because, like, oh, he's how is he gonna solve the murder this time? And he's a kid,
Oh no,
adult trapped in a kid's body. But
I had something similar where I would I forget what it was called. There used to be a TV. There might still be a TV channel where it's just like a bunch of old shows.
oh yeah, Boomerang, or like,
No, not Boomerang. It wasn't cartoons.
oh, okay, it was like just old TV
It
shows
had
like
like Leave It
MASH.
to Beaver and everything. On
Oh, okay.
it. And if you woke up early enough, they just showed episodes of original Star Trek.
Ooh, okay. So that's a good reason to get up.
Whenever I woke up earlier than I needed to,
Yeah.
pop on the TV, watch some Spock.
Yeah, watch some Spack, good old Kirk, maybe some Bones. Yeah, whatever suits your flavor,
Whatever,
man.
whatever. Hell, Scotty, if you're into that sort of thing.
No.
Yeah, same.
I saw a movie with Scotty in it. It was Through Dead Eyes, and it's just this really terrible movie. But it has Scotty playing this like old man cop with an eye patch, and on like on the advertising it said like Star Trek Scotty James Doohan,
Mhm.
and I'm just kind of wondering, like, you would know who James Doohan is if you watch Star Trek, I would think. So who is that for? It's not for the people. It's not for the people who like James Doohan because you watch like Star Trek for James Doohan. It's also not for the people who like Star Trek because they know who James Doohan is. So who are you advertising to?
I guess they're just looking for name recognition. Like, you might know who that is, but Scotty sticks out in your brain more.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, would somebody that's not interested in Star Trek care?
I don't know. I honestly don't know what else he's been in.
He's been in that and like a few other kind of low grade movies. He's not a very good actor. In Through Dead Eyes, you can really tell he's not a good actor. He's just an old man sitting in a recliner with a purple shirt, and
Yep.
I love it.
I wouldn't mind being an old man in a purple shirt and a recliner.
Yeah, and he's smoking a cigar. Yeah, you know what? All
Life
right.
goals.
And his wife is the killer.
Not life goals.
No, I would hope my significant other is not a murderer. Speaking of things you don't wish to happen, what things have happened this week that you enjoyed?
All right, Kevin. So, back to the formula, I suppose.
Well, we have to have some sort of structure
Very well. So, things I've done this week to amuse myself
during the apocalypse.
during the apocalypse. I played a bit more Slay the Spire.
Yep.
And now that I'm home and had time to, up until recently, sleep, as Kevin can probably tell, I have massive bags under my eyes, and it's been a while since I've had, like, sleep.
I was going to say anything, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have more bags than like a sleepover.
Yeah, oh god. But I played more Slay the Spire,
Nice.
and I played on my Switch and on my laptop.
Okay.
And I thought that it was just sleep deprivation and being out of a familiar environment that made it so I did not get as far on the Switch when I was down south.
Right. Right.
But now that I'm playing more and have some extra time because I was in quarantine for a bit,
Yeah.
I went on Reddit and Slay the Spire, saw some memes, and saw one, and it mentioned how the patches are one or two behind
On
for
the
the
Switch?
Switch.
Oh God. Okay, that makes
So
that
the
makes a lot of
RNG is
sense.
different and way worse.
Oh, so it's
So like
much more brutal on the
yeah,
Switch?
and like not really, you don't get any fun combinations. Like just like some of the not even RNG, but like some of the balances are a little bit different.
Okay, that sucks.
Yeah, so he was just like one of those men waiting for the patch to come switch, and it shows a guy staring out into the distance in multiple locations.
Okay, I like that one a lot where it's you see like those four guys and they're just like sitting there and then you see them like show like a different panel and they're all like ah like cheering and everything. I like to imagine like Slay the Spire on Switch and then Slay the Spire on computer. Ah, just like so much more joy.
Yeah, it is way better, and it's just kind of a remarkable difference. I don't honestly know too much about it. I know there was something with like the shiv things or like
Okay,
unfair
yeah,
builds,
yeah,
which interesting enough I was avoiding anyway, so I guess I had good instincts in that.
yeah.
I was
Well,
trying to do other builds.
well, yeah. Other builds are. I've tried the Shiv one on the Switch, and it's not fun. It's not fun, and the RNG for it sucks.
Yeah, it's. I don't know what's different, but there's a difference.
There's a notable difference from the computer. So, I mean, yeah. Anything else other than Slay the Spire?
Let's see. Actually, one thing.
Okay.
So I was working today,
Yeah.
and I have some students that I normally aren't interacting with as much. We're kind of in quarantine mode.
Right. Right.
So I played a multi-hour game of Risks today.
Okay. So, how was your multi-hour game of Risk?
A bloodbath, Kevin.
Okay.
I basically won in the first few turns,
Nice.
and everyone knew it, but there was just very early on where like claiming the initial territories.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We started getting strongholds, so there was only I had everything in Australia except one guy, and I just
Oh,
reinforced the hell.
you're
So
the guy with Australia.
and South America
Oh, okay.
and Africa.
Yep.
So it was just like one guy had Europe and North America, one guy had all of Asia, and I had basically the Southern Hemisphere.
Yeah. Basically.
But we all came together right around the Mediterranean Sea,
It's where the three kings met.
and we just started reinforcing that when we were doing the beginning.
Oh.
And the majority of the pieces were on that part of the map.
Okay.
And it was a slaughter, Kevin. Like legitimately, I was thinking, like, what would this look like in a war? And oof,
What was it? The crows shall feast on your flesh.
yeah, the crow shall feast on the unjust.
Yeah, on the unjust. Yeah, that was a big moment right there. I bet.
It was an absolutely brutal World War I slog.
Yeah.
And once I made a breakthrough, I just rolled over into Europe and Asia and denied them their bonuses.
Yeah. Nice. Perfect.
I'm not saying it wasn't close,
Right.
but eventually RNGesus smiled upon me. And when I was attacking, I just like kept rolling 5s and everyone else kept rolling 3s.
Nice. Nice. Okay. Perfect.
Of course, I was facing two 13-year-olds, and they...
RNG Jesus does not care about your age. He only cares
No,
about your intent.
But when I was clearly getting ahead,
Yeah.
one of them said something about the other, and they just attacked each other for a couple turns.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So it's just one of those things.
Infighting.
Yes. It's like they don't. I'm clearly the arch enemy here.
Yeah. Yeah. You are. Oh God. I don't want to bring up the Nazis again, but you're Nazi Germany basically. You're the Axis.
Well, no, I was going to. I mean, like I was just the big threat. I mean, those
Yeah.
two are
That's a big threat.
I suppose they were fading each other too. Yeah. Well, in that case, I guess one of them's the Allied powers, the other one's just the communists.
Yeah, well, there you go. And then
Yeah.
what the fascists were hoping for was be infighting, and then
Yeah,
that just didn't happen.
Well, that happened this time.
Yeah, that's why children don't win wars.
Yes, fascist Africa, South America, and Australia.
The three most fascist places. I
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
Rose up.
that predicted history pretty well there.
Yeah,
Ted.
it did actually. Man, it was just if they even for a minute, like they were having such good strategy, and then
Yeah.
they just started getting petty and hitting each other. I'm like, okay,
That's like a Hetalia episode.
it was.
Yeah.
Also, normally I don't play to win students.
Just by having experience.
Well, not that. I let them win,
Right.
but I make them work. It's kind of also my D&D philosophy.
Oh, okay, understood.
It's like, I'm probably going to knock one or two of their characters down,
Right.
but I purposely don't set out the monsters. The monsters HP or whatever has to be thematic.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Gotcha.
Once it seems like they did enough work or anything, or I seem to have got the right emotional reaction, then it dies.
Yeah. All right,
Or
understood.
even if one guy's had some bad luck with characters and finally gets a hit and manages the killing blow.
Yes, that's the best kind of fun.
You can
right there.
manage it very well, especially I have bad handwriting already, and my students seem to think I have some sort of code where I just put like dashes and dots for HP,
Oh, okay.
and I'm just scribbling.
Oh,
And
gotcha.
they think I'm just writing something. I'll like look at it and ask for like numbers and everything.
So, wait, like if you say this on the podcast right now, won't they figure that out?
Hey, any of my students listening? Hi, text me. They, Kevin, these people don't have cell phones. They don't have computers.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about it. they're on like I don't know, just like sort of like a quarantine within a quarantine.
They are hyper quarantined.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
I mean, in this apocalypse, when you might be worried about the safety of your children, sending them to a middle of nowhere's town
Yeah.
is a great idea.
Yeah. Actually, yes. That is the smartest idea these people probably ever had.
Yeah. Look, if you're actually worried about their welfare, get them out of there.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's what they did in World War II when they had like English families out in the countryside.
Yeah, exactly. Though.
Yeah, send them away. That's the best place they could possibly be.
Well, okay.
Well,
no, not even joking. When I was younger and 9/11 happened, my parents did have a plan where if things got bad and we had like, I remember my dad saying poison gas being sent through mails and all that. I was going to live with my grandparents in Mississippi.
Okay.
Because it was way more backwoods than all of Massachusetts. I mean, I live in backwoods Massachusetts.
That's like a highfalutin area.
Yeah, but I'm. Well, I mean, if we're being honest, Worcester would be a decent military target in North Brookfield.
No, they definitely would be because
North Brookfield, even then, like we're one of the major rubber suppliers to the millet.
Yeah, so that would be a good spot to hit.
The boots on the ground, soles are put on in North Brookfield.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. Well.
All right, and besides that, I ate a good burrito.
All right. Nice.
I was in Boston recently, and I was leaving, and I was going to the parking garage, and I saw one of my favorite burrito places, Bo Loco.
Nice.
Have you been to a Bo Loco?
No, never.
All right. It stands for like Boston Local Market or something.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's Mexican, and they have really interesting burritos.
Okay, what do you mean interesting?
Like they have like an Asian-inspired one with like peanut sauce and everything. There's a tropical one that has pineapple and such.
That seems more in line than the peanut one, but yeah.
They're very good.
Okay. I wouldn't mind trying that just because I also like burritos, but it's also because I love the sour cream and the cheese and
you can custom and get whatever you want on it, but like the 5 they have on the menu are always super interesting.
Okay, gotcha. I wonder like if they did like dessert burritos, that'd be also kind of nice, I think.
Mezcal's used to do that.
Oh, they used to do that?
Well, I think they're closed now.
Oh, right. Okay.
You can get, might not have been a burrito, might have been a taco.
Okay, like well, I remember like the dessert tacos because
Yeah.
that's like the chocolate and like whatever on top of it and everything, like ice cream or something. But yeah, I do remember that. I think I've seen this on YouTube and a bunch of other things, but you take like a burrito and you put like instead of let's say like a tortilla, it's like cotton candy shell, and then inside the cotton candy shell you put like ice cream and a bunch of other kind of things you want inside of it, and then you kind of like fold that up, and then there's your cotton candy burrito.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Now, if I were going to do that, I would probably basically make deep fried ice cream.
Ooh, deep fried ice cream would be a much better idea. Yeah, you're right.
And just put it in burrito shape.
Fried Oreos within, just sort of like a little surprise.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, like that little jalapeno.
My family, when we used to have the little camper and we knew at the community, we'd have at least a few big barbecues every year, or not barbecues, cookouts where potlucks, there's the word.
Potluck's a good word, yeah.
There are big things. And my family's contribution was always deep fried ice cream. My mother cooked all the time, but this was something that was pretty much my project.
Nice, yeah.
That's what my contribution was. I brought dessert.
Well, that's not bad. No one hates the dessert guy.
My dad, as the traditional guy, would be next to the grill, and he'd have his pot of boiling oil so he could flash deep fry things, and as his southern roots.
Yeah.
As
was the fashion at the time.
If he was from an RPG and like you have like a race and origin, his origin, Southern would give him +5 to frying things.
I kind of like the combat maybe of that too.
Oh, yeah,
Just like
absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
It has multiple origins. It also gives you like a bonus to like napalm.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yes. I like that. I like that a lot.
All right, if we ever make like a really weird American RPG, we're doing that.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that. So,
But we would do that. And Kevin,
yeah.
before we start, there's two ways to do it,
Okay.
and it's whether or not you want real dough
Yeah.
or the easy way.
Okay.
And the easy way,
Yep.
instead of using dough and wrapping and everything,
Yeah.
is you take a bunch of frosted flakes, smash them into dust,
Yep.
dip the ice cream in egg white.
Okay. Right.
Then you roll them quickly in the frosted flakes until you have a good quarter-inch layer.
Okay.
Minimum.
Gotcha. Right.
Totally half. Put it back in the freezer and then fry that.
Yes. Okay. That is genius. I'd rather just do it the easy way. That sounds good.
It depends how much of a doughy texture you're looking for.
Right. Of course, but
If you're not looking for a particularly doughy texture with your deep fried ice cream, highly suggest it. It's really good.
I'm gonna save that one for later. That's a good idea.
That being said, it was always kind of a weird thing. It's like making deep fried ice cream, start crushing the cereal.
Specifically frosted flakes.
Yes. Oh, we went to BJ's and bought like the industrial size boxes of frosted flakes for these.
Smart.
Oh, it was so fun.
Take one of those like hammer or mallet kind of things with like the little things on it.
Yeah, no, I did. I went full Amish on this one.
You banged your head on the table for an hour.
No, I crushed it by hand. So okay, I had a step grandmother. I don't know if she's still around or not.
Okay.
She divorced my grandfather and went off to Texas and lived her best life. And frankly, I wish I got to know her longer. She was a wonderful woman.
Right.
Still might be a wonderful woman. I once again don't know. She'd be up there though. So
yeah.
Her name was Val, and she would make muscadine jelly.
Okay, muscadine jelly. All right. I have no idea what that is.
Muscadine is a term for wild grapes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Like the really hard ones where like they have still seeds and you bite into them, and if they're not purple, it's really hard, and then you kind of have to suck out the meat and spit out the seeds.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, I never had that before.
Oh, they grow in New England. If you know the smell, you can hunt down them.
Well, yeah, I just never, I don't know, I've just never seen them or anything like that.
Oh, okay, Kevin. Next time I find some, I'm bringing some over.
All right, I'd like to try that. Yeah, sure.
But she would make preserves with them.
Mm-hmm.
But she would go out and for days just pick hundreds and hundreds of these things, put them in a giant barrel, wash off her feet, and stomp on them.
Oh, God. Did you ever see the video of that woman stomping the grapes and falling over?
No.
No, you've never seen that?
No, and I'm a little bit worried that Val might have fell it over while stepping on grapes because it was just something she did. But you know what? I thought it was disgusting when I was told that. It was still the best jelly I've ever had in my life.
Yeah. I could take that more from wine, I suppose, just because it's diluted enough. I don't really think about it.
It's fermented. I mean, even if you did, I mean,
that's what I mean. Like it goes through like several processes, and I don't know if jelly goes through the same amount of processes that does.
No, but after a few months, it's either preserved or very notably not. So after a little bit of time, like actually today, I had an energy drink.
Yeah.
And like it was like a Starbucks coffee energy drink thing.
Oh, okay, right.
And I kept it in my locker for emergency purposes.
Yeah.
Fun fact: those have a shelf life, and it's way shorter than most energy drinks.
So how'd that go for you?
My stomach has a very strange reaction whenever it has something it doesn't like.
Okay.
I start burping.
Oh, just like
continuously.
Okay.
For like an hour and a half, and I feel like I'm about to puke. And like the kids thought I was puking, but also it'd be like.
Yeah, sounding like a monster, basically. Yeah. Jesus. Okay. Wow.
Kevin, what have you been doing before I talk about more bodily functions or members of my family I hope are doing well?
I haven't been doing too much craziness, but from what I have been doing, I've been watching a lot of football. And here's the thing about football right now: football sucks.
Even I know that. I'm not a big football fan ever.
Right. It's notably very sucky this year. It's like XFL playing right now.
Yeah, XFL, the most poorly
named and also most poorly implemented franchise ever. So
I had high hopes of that, believe it or not.
So I had high hopes too. We talked about this a lot in my business study class when I was in college. But one way you could make like the XFL just amazing was that if everything was just like, oh, and somebody brought a sword onto the field, and you have like one guy's prop arm get cut off, and like he's trying to catch the ball, but he takes like the ball in arm, he throws it to another guy, and gets it in for a touchdown.
Okay, I didn't think of that. That's a great way. But that's kind of like that's really combining football with sort of pro wrestling.
That's what I was hoping for. XFL. It was by the same guy, Vince McMahon.
I didn't know that either. Yeah. Oh.
So that's what I was hoping for when that first came out. It was like a combination of football and really staged pro wrestling gimmicks. And I was hoping for like, yes, we have the underpasser, and he passes everything under, and he's also a wizard. So like stuff like that.
Kevin and I, for rather awful reasons, had to cancel an X Crawl game I was going to run.
Yes.
I had a very tragic failure emergency. I'll mention that at some point, probably at the end. But I was going to run that, and man, from the sounds of it, Kevin would have absolutely loved that, because that was more or less what it was. It was like, okay, you're fighting these hobgoblin samurais, and then the ground's also made of trampoline.
No, I would have loved that. Yeah, I love that kind of stuff.
Oh, well, Kevin, man, when we eventually get to do that, when the moons align and we get to do that.
When there's like a solar eclipse and the moons align.
Yeah, I thought I had one glorious day, and that day ended up sucking.
Oh God. So do you know what my ancestors say about solar eclipses? By the way, they say that the Namekians will come and destroy the planet.
Oh God. Well, okay, we'll talk about that piece of garbage after we hear about what you ate.
Okay, that's fair. So I even forgot what I was talking about for a second, but other than like doing that, and I guess that was my week basically, just kind of watching a bunch of stuff and going through that whole spiel. But what I ate was something exciting and energetic and fun. So I had recently something that I'd never tried before, and that was pizza beer.
Interesting. I have not had pizza beer, but I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it was really bad. So
I'm no longer intrigued.
Well, what is one flavor of pizza that people either hate or really love?
Pineapple.
I'm not talking about pineapple. I'm not talking about pineapple and ham. I'm talking about like a different flavor profile.
Anchovy.
Yes. So primarily, the beer tasted like anchovies, which was the worst kind of flavor I've ever had for a beer.
Okay, not even joking. I'm surprised that isn't a more common flavor attempt by Kraft. I feel like it's very easy to get an artificial sea taste.
I mean,
like,
why though?
Oh, I don't know. People. Man, there's still 3 trillion IPAs. I don't know why they haven't had I don't know.
A fish flavored IPA. just to like hammer it home that like we can do anything with IPAs and you won't care.
Yeah. Oh, fish pumpkin spice.
Oh, fish habanero. I wouldn't mind fish habanero.
Yeah. If you add spiciness to it, I might try it. Though if there's real fish in it, I won't. I mean, you can make a very easy fake fish flavor.
Yeah.
I mean, just add seafood.
Yeah, and then you're there. But I tried this beer out, and I've had one, and it was not great. I think pizza beer is one of God's biggest mistakes, that and anime. So if we had to go along with those two things, then yeah, that sucked. I really didn't like that, and I do not suggest it for anybody. If you find a pizza beer in some sort of knick-knack shop in some middle hodink town, do not pick it up.
Now, thinking of weird beer flavors I've had,
yeah,
I had years ago a pretzel beer.
That actually sounds good.
It was amazing.
Okay.
Get the pretzel beer.
Yeah.
It was just it almost had like a little bit of saltiness to the end, like a solid pretzel.
Yeah.
It was what I thought German beer should taste like.
A little bit of salt at the end there. That'd be
like the big Bavarian pretzels you associate with that sort of thing, which you can't get at Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
It not only is reminiscent of that flavor wise, but pairs excellently with.
That would be Ted. That sounds so good.
It was so good.
That's a genius idea. That's like $1 million
idea.
I have not
seen it in like 7 years.
Okay.
But if I see it again, I'm buying it.
Yeah, as you should. That sounds so much better than pizza.
I was kind of hoping you were going to say pizza beer tasted like that. I was thinking like kind of weedy things together. I mean, pizza, it's still a lot of carbs there.
Well, yeah. Well, just as the beer. So
alternatively, it'd be a cheese beer.
Yeah, a cheesy beer. Yeah, I would.
Because there's like ways you can go with pizza, and I feel like you just focus on one ingredient of pizza,
right?
And you have tomato, cheese, and bread.
I would also think that if you ever had like a Bloody Mary, you could also go with like a pizza Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Bloody Mary beer even.
I wouldn't mind a Bloody Mary beer. I think that would be like a pretty decent idea.
Yeah, you could do that.
Have you ever had the Sriracha Stout?
No.
That was I forget the name of the company, but they had like I think it was like Rogue Beers or something similar. They had like a Sriracha Stout around for a while, and not bad. I like that flavor profile of like spicy and like a little bit sweet just at the end there. I would recommend that. That was pretty decent.
I have been eating a lot more Sriracha lately, but not intentionally or even willingly.
Like, is it just appeared on your food? Like, what do you mean? Is
My work.
Katie secretly squeezing sriracha
No,
on
no,
your food?
no. This is at work.
Oh, okay.
So work, we get fed,
Okay.
and we have an excellent chef.
Yep.
But as things happen, the apocalypse, supply chains have fallen,
True.
and it's getting harder and harder for her to consistently order ketchup and barbecue sauce.
Oh, so substitute that with
Sriracha.
that makes sense.
So I've had like sriracha home fries recently.
That doesn't sound bad at all.
No. I put sriracha on a eggplant grinder I had.
Yeah, all right, I can dig that. I've been like dousing almost every meal I had with hot sauce. And it's been like the the basic brand of Tabasco, but the green one or
Oh, I know
whatever.
exactly the one you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
The green one, it's not the spiciest, but it is my favorite.
The green one is also my favorite. I love the green. I don't know whatever pepper that is or whatever.
Yeah, whenever I see the green hot sauce at a Mexican restaurant, I'm always excited.
Yeah, that green hot sauce tastes so good on
Yeah,
everything.
It's one of those things where it's like, Ted, I thought you wanted the spiciest one. It's like, no, I want the best tasting one.
And it's the green one.
Yeah, normally it's the spiciest. It's not always the spiciest. You can't make a quality sauce without necessarily being spicy.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. If you got like good flavor profile.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the thing with like hot ones. That's always like a big kind of turn off for some of those hot sauces that they taste so bad.
I think we talked about before how I've reenacted this, and
Yes.
the second to last one was just disgusting.
Yeah, and then it's not even the spiciness; it was just how disgusting
just
the
so
flavor
bad.
was. Yeah, yeah, okay. It's almost like they were making up for the lack of spice with how disgusting it was.
I mean, it was still very spicy. I'm not going to argue like you shouldn't have this if you're just going about your daily life.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
But that wasn't the main issue.
No,
It was, and man, the marketing for that. I mean, I know you can market things to have 7 billion strobles, and that will get people to buy it.
7 billion rubles. Like,
Oh damn it! I thought of something I did. I just tried. Speaking of rubles, I thought of rupees, and I just tried. For the first time ever, I played Legend of Zelda.
not like the original one, or like which one?
No, I played who's it? The new one, Switch.
Oh,
Not Warriors.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild is amazing. I'm so happy.
So to be precise, this is my second time ever playing Zelda. The first
Yeah.
time was at a sleepover at a friend's place where I basically had to romp through Majora's Mask.
Yep, nice. Good
And that's
game.
it.
Okay, and that's all your history with
Yes.
Zelda. Okay.
And you know what? I worked overnight and I played for roughly an hour straight.
Yeah.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's such a good game. I love that
I
game.
enjoyed my coworker who let me borrow it.
Yeah.
I gave it back to her today and she says, Susan, I'm done with it.
Yes. That's beautiful. Nice. Okay.
So now I'm eagerly awaiting Caitlin to beat Breath of the Wild to the point where I'm thinking of just looking up a bunch of tips out of context and just whispering them into her ear.
To help like progress this along a little bit.
Though actually, I will be barely seeing her because we're in different dorm quarantines.
Oh, okay. Right. So
like,
yeah.
she was running the shift today. I saw her barely. It was kind of awkward because like she had to give me meds or something. And she just put the bag on the ground, walked up, and I had to pick it up. It's like, this is really inconvenient. It's like, oh, she wants the Xbox. Okay, no, kid's angry. He wants to talk to you. All right, send him to the door. I'll stay 10 feet back.
This apocalypse in general
Yeah.
has kind of made everything just a little bit harder in just the most inconvenient way.
Oh, no, agreed.
Yeah, just like meeting up with people, getting food, going out, doing anything is exponentially harder than it needs to be, but also necessary. So I understand that completely.
Yeah, no, we are pro plague prevention here.
Yes, we are pro plague prevention. We are not pro, I don't know, plague spread.
Yeah, we're not Nurgle cultists here. We're not doing that this week. Eventually, we'll be playing a Warhammer game where I can play a Chaos cultist, and I will be playing a Nurgle.
Okay, I am excited to see this.
That's going to be a while because after actually more thought than I thought of, I eventually paired this week's movie with an RPG, and we watched Dragon Ball
Evolution. I didn't know if you were going to remember the subtitle.
I remembered it was Evolution, but I forgot if it was Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z Evolution.
No, just Dragon Ball Evolution.
So,
see, this is just Piccolo, you see. Or Piccolo.
Okay, this is one of those notoriously bad movies, and
that Kevin makes you watch, yes.
Yes.
Oh, before we get into this entirely, did you try anything else?
Food-wise?
Yeah, food-wise. I don't think we talked about that. I just talked about what I ate and everything for food.
Oh, I said I had a cool burrito.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. All right, let's get right into the movie.
I had a pineapple burrito.
You know what? Fair enough. Let's go right into the movie.
Yeah, with chickpeas.
Subtle flex on people who don't eat chickpeas.
Oh, it didn't mean it. It was just kind of meat alternative for that day.
I know you. All right, go on, please. About the
right.
wonderful movie that we watched.
All right, I had the chance to watch this when I was younger,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna give props to my younger self for saying, "Hell no, I'll watch some random chick flick over that."
Yeah, you made the wise decision at that
I
young
did. I
age.
don't remember what movie it was, but I remember going, that wasn't bad."
Okay.
And
Yeah.
clearly, I made the better choice because this movie was awful, and it's so bad. I'm really confused on how it got made.
You see, I'm not so much because I love this movie because I bonded it with over with like my friends and everything. We've always like watched this terrible movie like at least once a year.
Oh no, I understand. Like I
Yeah.
used to have the tradition of watching the Star Wars Christmas special and Santa Claus Conquers the Martians and all that. Actually,
Yeah.
another thing about Christmas time is kind of bad movie.
Yeah. I mean, I I love Dragon Ball Evolution mainly because everything about it is just so off in just like the best kind of way.
It is so, but I'm just thinking like from a marketing standpoint,
Yeah.
anyone who's read the material or
Knows about Krillin
yeah,
first off.
yeah, and like who's watched it or anything would know they're messing with too much.
Yeah, I mean, there's that. Yes, but how do you bastardize something, Ted? You just
Poorly.
yep, well, very poorly. But you also just try to make it your own.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you're going to bastardize something, you
Yeah.
have to go further than this to make it good.
Like what would be what before we talk about the movie, like what would you want to see in like a bastardized version of Dragon Ball Evolution? Like what how far would it need to go to be like something you would enjoy?
I want. Okay, so there'd be three things I'd want.
Okay, first thing.
First thing, I'd want way more real martial arts.
Okay, like a lot more fight scenes,
Yeah,
a lot
and I
more of that
want
kind
it
of
to
stuff.
be Hong Kong cinema style fight scenes. I want
Oh, that
that.
would be awesome. Yes. Okay.
Number two, crank the special effects up to 11.
Right.
There's not nearly enough lasers being put out from people's hands,
Yeah, yeah.
destructor discs being thrown. I'm okay if someone just pulls out a gun at some point. Well, I mean, one person does that, but I'd prefer if like someone got shot and just deflected off their abs.
Yeah, like something silly and fun like that.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And number three,
Number 3?
Goku needs to be way different.
Yeah, as in like a totally different actor that does not look like that.
Okay, look, so it starts with Goku and he's with his grandpa. That's the start of this movie. They're
Yeah.
training.
Gohan, his grandpa.
Yeah, which is canon.
Yeah, that's canon.
And
That's in a
Goku
way.
in this is, what do you mean in a way? That's the name of his grandfather. He names his son after his grandfather.
Yes, but I'll talk about this later. There's like some weird things with that as well, but we'll get into that later.
I'm a bit weirded out now, but okay. So he's fighting, and they're doing this interesting martial arts thing where they're bouncing on two kind of clotheslines.
Yeah, I was gonna say clotheslines. Yeah, that's a good way to say it. So just two like clotheslines spread apart, basically.
And his grandfather is wielding a staff.
Yep, the famous staff, not
Yeah.
the extendable one. That's
No,
cool.
it's the same color,
Yeah,
but it's not that one.
and Goku never uses it during the whole entire
No.
movie.
Okay, actually, way three, just make it Journey to the West.
Oh yes, okay. You know what?
Like 100% just lean into that completely.
Yeah, that would be more enjoyable. Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't know the entire story of that. And Frank, and I know I've watched like 50 anime that are heavily inspired by it.
I have seen Journey to the West, like the movie version, and it was great. I loved it so
Yeah.
much.
I'm not. If you want to do that as a movie, I think that would be an interesting one.
Oh, I think you would like it a lot. It's got a lot of that that weird Chinese humor.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like it's the same thing. It's like Western sensibilities. I didn't understand like what was going on, but I loved it. It's
Yeah,
great.
it's kind of weird being sort of the anime generation where like there's just a touch of like Eastern understanding of humor and media.
Yeah,
It's very funny because at work anime got brought up recently,
right.
and one guy just kind of went on a rant on how weird it was,
Okay,
and I was like, and
the Chad of the group.
yeah, well, maybe he did. I think he did. I think honestly, he was doing it to rile me up a little bit.
The
Like,
Chad of the group.
I know exactly what he was doing. It was a brush at me. Me and him had that sort of friendship.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
a good guy. I quite like him, but that's what we do to each other. We're guy friends, therefore we insult each other constantly.
yeah. Dickhead.
Yeah, exactly. But like, he was also being honest, and he does not understand it in any way, shape, or form. Like, how do you like that? Like, the storytelling's so weird and everything.
It is very weird.
But to me, that's normalish. Like, I'm so
Well, because you like watched it so many times or so many
Yes.
iterations. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fair. So like with this movie, it doesn't have any of the charm of any of that.
no, it doesn't.
It's American Heist to hell, and it's
and
terrible.
to the point where Goku goes to high school.
Yeah, he does go to high school, just like in the anime. No,
I'm going through, I was like, does he even know how to read in the anime?
No, he learns how to drive a car eventually with Piccolo. They
That,
they both go in like cars. They have this fun little adventure while they like leave Gohan to go fight people.
see that? I mean, that's a decent filler episode.
Yeah, that was great. I loved it.
But yeah, he's Goku is not supposed to be an educated person.
No, he's an idiot.
But okay, going back.
Yeah.
When they're fighting on the clotheslines, eventually his grandfather wins by Kamehameha him, essentially.
Well, before that happens, there's a wonderful two effects in there that were fantastic. First effect was they felt a need for some reason. I don't think this actor can
I forgot
sweat.
about this.
I don't think this actor can sweat, so they had to put CGI sweat on him.
CGI sweat
Yeah,
is got to be the worst use of a special effects budget. And like legitimately, I'm wondering
yeah.
what drug cartel owns this special effects company and how they're laundering.
I mean that would make the most sense.
Honestly, if this movie was a money laundering operation,
Yeah,
it makes so much more sense.
yeah. Actually, that would make so much sense. Just a way to siphon some money.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
it's like no. This is drug money, and we need to convert it to clean money, and we're going to go through this corporation. We're going to pay, and we're just going to have them do a ridiculous amount of special effects, and I own that corporation, so I get the cut, and everything's good.
Yep, yep. And also it looks poorly done too because it looks just bad. But
Yeah.
it's along with like that CGI sweat, which is very important, comes up later. And you also have the CGI beetle that Goku kicks into his grandpa's mouth to stun him for a second or two
I mean, there is no
as he
rules.
tries to beat an old man.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not like you can say
that-
it's beating up an old man, but
It is. It literally is.
yeah. But I could say like, oh, I've never. It's like, you had to play dirty to beat up a woman, and if the woman's your mother, Kevin,
Okay.
that would be the only fair. And this is another martial arts master.
Yeah, okay. That's fair enough. That's fair enough, I guess. Well, he's not that great against Piccolo, but that's fine.
No, but also Piccolo has weird powers.
That never come up again.
No, but after that, it's Goku's birthday,
Yep.
and he's given a Dragon Ball for some reason.
4-star Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
And
the one he's supposed to have.
here's an important thing about Goku's character. And this is so funny to me because Goku's character is that in Dragon Ball in general is that he loves fighting.
Yeah, he
He-
absolutely
yeah,
loves it.
He's addicted to it. He's like a fighter
Well,
junkie
I mean,
basically.
Saiyans are a warrior race.
Yeah.
And he's literally a brain damaged Saiyan. That
Yeah,
is
he got
part-
dropped on his head.
Yeah, that is literally the reason he's not genocidal.
It's because he got hit. This would be such a different world.
See, that's it though. Like, you can't do that in American media. You can do this in Japanese media.
Yeah, you can have a child hit their head and then they turn good. So,
Yeah.
so
Why
basically,
it's like nature versus nurture. What happened? Oh, tragic accident. What happened?
nature.
Yeah. He's like, oh, he's not a dick. He just is obsessed with fighting. And this guy, when he goes to school, gets bullied all the time.
Yeah,
He never fights back.
he gets called Giku, which is the least original name you could possibly do with that whole naming
Yeah.
convention.
Now, he doesn't look any different, which I was a bit angry about. He's just a guy in his mid-30s
Try and pretend to be a high schooler.
with kind of spiky hair. Like, not even really spiky hair. Like, more messy-ish hair.
Well, it kind of reminds me of like Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, who are like both like 30 something trying to play like high schoolers. So it's like,
Yeah,
it's sort of creepy, to be
and
honest.
He goes to school, and he gets bullied, and he gets distracted by a way too weird,
Chi-Chi.
I was going to say fantasy with Chi-Chi.
Oh, you're talking about the strawberry.
Yeah, he looks at her and imagines her eating strawberries. And
See, in the anime, that wouldn't happen. It would just be sakura petals and then a giant tentacle just like right through her.
well, it wouldn't happen because Goku's functionally asexual in the anime.
Well, he does have sex.
I'm assuming Chi-Chi had to mount him.
But he has to be like, I mean, like, what did she do? Like, just present him like a steak, and then afterwards, just like steak, and then whoop, it just like then from there. No, it has to be like
I can probably. I don't want to go too
deep
detailed
into it.
about
Okay,
how it. I mean, but honestly,
so she raped him.
no, it'd probably be like, hey, lie down. Let me touch this. Oh, does that feel good? Great, I'm going to do something else.
Oh, that's weird part too in the anime is that I think they said they never kissed, which is weird. Also, Toriyama, you're a screwed up man. So
Yeah, yeah. If we just talk about all the weird things that happen in the anime,
yeah,
we'll be here all night.
there's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. Yeah.
So he does that. He gets embarrassed by his teacher, and we find out there's a lunar eclipse soon.
Oh, solar eclipse. I
Solar
thought.
eclipse, my
Yeah,
bad. And this is important
this is very important, Ted.
because
His grandpa told him,
yeah, Piccolo will return, and
"Watch out for the Namekians."
watch out for the Mechians, which he tells in class that there was an ancient alien species that invaded. And honestly, in today's public schools, that'd probably go over fine.
I don't know. They might be like thinking a little Alex Jonesy. He'd probably be banned off Twitter and Facebook and YouTube
For making the frogs gay.
for
For
making
making the Mechians gay.
for making Namekians are drinking the tap water, making us all gay. Every greenhorn man you see is probably a Piccolo. Like, yeah, so probably like that. And he has his manslave, Ozaru, who's actually a human trying to fight back against the Namekians.
So, anyways, Ozar.
Yeah.
So Piccolo is returned, and with him is an unnamed woman.
Oh, Mai.
I don't remember her name.
Yeah, it was some. I think I read the subtitles
Oh,
once and
that
it said
was-
like Mai, and like she
Yeah,
talks.
and she's a relatively attractive woman, and I think she's kind of in like a weird spandexy outfit. Who's just his personal assassin.
Is she a woman though? Because she can like shape change.
I don't know. I'm assuming Piccolo doesn't keep her in that form for his own amusement, so I just kind of assumed that was her default shape.
Okay, yeah, that would make somewhat sense right there. Yeah. All right.
I always assumed like shapeshifting takes some effort, so you probably just chill your original form most of the time.
So the thing about this movie and why it also kind of just really sucks is that they don't explain anything about Piccolo. Like,
No, we just know he's an alien.
yeah, and he got trapped inside Mofu Ba, which is a sealing technique by ancient sages.
Yeah, that takes a sacrifice of 7 ancient masters.
To make the Mofu Ba, and then it takes just one dude to die. I guess. I don't know. This is really. It's
Once
not
again,
explained.
Not explained well. But anyways, he's back.
Yeah, he's back
And
again.
he senses the Dragonball.
Yeah.
And he sends his no, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. He goes to the house, demands it from Gohan,
Yep, the grandpa.
and just kicks his ass.
Yeah, well, like it's not even a fight because the grandpa is cool for about like a minute.
Yeah, when
he fights Mai,
Mai, the assassin woman, comes in.
spandex woman.
Yeah, Spandex woman. I think Spandex woman's a better way of putting it.
Yeah, that's fine.
She really is only there to look, vaguely sexy and punch things.
Just like Chi Chi.
Yeah. Oh, in this movie, yes. I was thinking original series.
Original series, no. Chi Chi had a character.
Yeah, she had a personality.
Yeah. Chi Chi was a person. Like no. In this, it's like she eats strawberries and looks semi-attractive.
And apparently is a martial arts master.
She knows what ki is.
Oh, that's right. That comes up.
Oh god, that stupid scene where he opens the lockers for her.
Yeah. So okay, let's finish the grandpa assassination. Then we'll go back to that.
Okay, fair.
So eventually they found out it's not here. He doesn't have it. So Piccolo decides to increase gravity around the house and simply collapse it in.
Yeah, he just closes his hand and then he creates a miniature black hole that just crushes everything.
Now,
That's my thought.
At this point in time,
Kiku.
Oh, Giku.
Yeah.
Got invited to a party. It's Chi-Chi's party.
Yeah.
By impressing her. He
With his key,
with
and
his
that's
key.
not a sexual thing.
Nope, and nor is it Kingdom Hearts.
Uh,
He sees her struggling to open a locker
yep.
and tries to use his key
To open the darkness.
to open the locker and accidentally blows them all open.
Yeah, I mean, if the thing is too, like, I don't know if he was expecting that to happen because he looked surprised.
Oh no, he meant to do one of them.
Okay.
Like he screwed up.
He has no control. Okay.
Yeah. He has brute power but no finesse.
Wait a sec. How does that work? Because it's the way the key is used. Like later on, it's like a projectile weapon that blasts something forward.
So, yeah, that's offensive key.
So if it's defensive key, it just pulls towards you.
No, I'm just assuming there's different applications.
Of key. Okay. I mean, yeah, you're making more sense than the movie is. So keep going, Ted. You're doing a great job. Keep going.
So that impressed her enough to go to her mansion and
Yeah.
have a party. Of course,
Owned by King Ox.
yes,
The Ox King. Sorry.
yeah. That's why he wasn't home when his grandfather got assassinated. He actually sneaks out and doesn't have like the special birthday dinner he was supposed to have with his grandfather.
Yeah, which makes Goku like a dick grandson.
Yeah, look, I mean, honestly, you can do both.
You can have the birthday dinner first and then go out.
Yeah, casually is a thing.
Yeah,
Even when I was younger, like I'm the type of person who likes to be 5 minutes early to everything.
yeah.
If someone's having a party, I try not to be the first person there. I arrive.
Usually the most awkward to be the first person there.
Yeah. I mean, thankfully, when you're an adult and I brought cool booze, let's try them is the ultimate way of just bypassing that.
Yeah, it's a good icebreaker,
Yeah, but
as
even
they
it's
say.
like you in the house, like, hey, thanks for having me. Oh, no one else here. All right. Hey, want a shot of scotch?
Oh, yes, yes,
I
yes.
brought this cool scotch. Like that. Yeah, that kind of does eliminate all that awkwardness.
It's got a dead scorpion in it. Let's try it.
Yeah, but that's it though. That's a thing you can do now.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, when
As
you're
an
younger,
adult,
you don't have that option.
not legally, but yes.
Well, yeah, I mean it's hard to get cool booze.
You're right. You get Pat's Blue or Baba Blue or whatever it's called.
I had a friend who always ended up making or having Jello shots, and I never understood why.
I dislike Jello shots.
Oh, I loved them, but I just don't know where she got them or made them.
Oh, okay. It was all rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, it's like, how did you get this much alcohol and then process it without your family knowing?
I just told him I was making regular Jello shots. I guess non-alcoholic Jello shots.
I've made Jello shots. It is.
Yeah. Okay. That's the smell alone. All right. Fair enough. Going back to Goku's party or Goku's abandonment of his grandfather.
Is blocked from the party by his bullies.
Yep. Tucker and goons.
And he decides to fight back, but not with his fists, with his
Personality.
with his amazing martial art dodging ability and super senses to like make them hit each other by like dodging out of the way at the last second and punch into things.
So if he could do this the whole entire time, Ted, why didn't he do it before?
I don't know, Kevin. And this brought up something we brought in the movie.
There are no rules, Ted.
No, there are no rules. I don't think anyone's stupid enough to go, hey, let's bully the martial arts master.
You're right. Yeah. That's why Chi-Chi was never bullied.
Yeah. If everyone knows, like, what do you do in your free time? Oh, I break, cinder blocks with my fists.
Yeah.
No one really messes with you, because if you ever snap, your skull is powder.
Yeah, they break you right over their knee.
Like I said, I had a friend in...
Or dodge you over their knee.
Yeah,
whatever.
Dodge you, that's what this is. But I had a friend in high school who routinely asked people to punch him in the stomach, and he would just clench his muscles. When the principal saw this, invited the principal to punch him.
Which he did.
He did. Leech was awesome. He's like, seriously? No, keep going. It's like, I'm black belt. I have skills here.
Yeah, I can take it.
Yeah, my guy's now an architect in New York and living the dream.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, right. Goku is not living the dream, but at least managed to destroy the bully's cars by like dodging out of the way as he punched the window. Which, by the way, this guy can apparently punch through a car window.
I know. I mean, I was surprised this story wasn't about him because Goku doesn't do anything nearly that cool.
Kevin, can you punch through a car window?
I don't know. I've never tried, so that would be hard for me to say. I would believe it's hard.
I've never done it either, but I don't know.
I would trust a kick more than a punch, honestly.
You're more of a leg man.
I'm more of a legman. Yeah.
Sounds more like a sexual preference than I think.
I'm more. Yeah, you're right. Any way you say it, really, I prefer to use my
He kicks good.
I kick. I IR kick good. Yeah, I IR kick good. That's the best way to put it without sounding like a weirdo. Yeah. So more of a weirdo. Let's go with one of my favorite dodging moves is after he beats up. His name's not Tucker. It's Fuller, by the way. I just remembered that. I'm sorry myself. Yeah. Anyway, where he goes and dodges Fuller, who grabs like I guess there's just like a fire poker. Like I don't know what he grabs. He just grabs like some sort of lead pipe that's just staying around at this fancy mansion. Haven't been to fancy mansions, but I don't assume that there's lead pipes on the ground.
There aren't. I've been to a decent number.
Okay, you know what? Thank you, Ted. I thank you for validating my thing here.
Yeah.
It's just like a lead pipe just on the ground next to his car. Oh yeah, it's like it's a back alley.
Because I'm just thinking like the last time I was at like a fancy house.
Oh, okay,
and
yeah.
It was really weird because I was dating this girl and she had a yacht.
Oh, nice.
And we stayed at that a lot.
On a yacht. Yeah.
Um,
Perfect.
but I
Yes.
went to her house and it was very strange because it was like being remodeled,
Okay.
kind of like a normal house.
Oh, wait.
So like they took a normal house and like decided to make it amazing.
Oh, okay. So I
So
had to like pimp their ride,
yeah, they were pimping their house.
pimping the house. Okay, gotcha.
It was really weird because some rooms were just normal rooms, and the rest would be like, and press this button to make the jacuzzi come out.
See, if I had that much money, and I would imagine you would do the same kind of thing, I would have like a secret bookshelf.
Oh, absolutely.
I would have like a fake laboratory, like not one I would really use, but it's like, oh, look at that. You can put like gummies inside there, and it's like, oh, it's a Frankenstein's monster. Like stuff like stupid stuff. I would do that all day long. Fruit punch out of like a cooler or like a bubbler.
Oh, no, you'd have look if you have a bunch of money, you might as well be spending.
Might as well. I'm driving the economy right here. I'm buying a bunch of stupid crap. I'm fine. This is the American dream.
Yeah, this is it. There's several niche businesses made to support me.
Yeah, I love it, and they they all prosper off of me buying this stupid stuff.
Yeah. Oh man, like if I had billions of dollars, like I would do like weird things though. Like I would like not like things I'd want in my house. I'd get like custom blown glasses.
Oh, okay. Just like for drinking out of, or
Yes, and I'd
okay,
have
yeah.
them like look twisted.
Oh, so sort of like weird kind of shapes and everything
Yes.
like that, which would also be kind of a little bit annoying to drink out of.
I mean, if you get it from the right angle, twisted glasses.
That's
pretty
what I
solid.
mean by it's a little annoying to drink out of. Like if you
Yeah.
had guests over.
Yeah, well, I'd probably get it fitted to my hand.
Oh, okay, fair enough. All right. Okay, that's I like that idea too. That's a fun one. I would get an elevator for like I would have like, and none of the floors have anything. You just have the elevator just to go to like whatever floor.
It's handicap accessible.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right.
I mean, that could just be selfish. Like, well, what if I have trouble walking stairs on Boulder and I just don't want to build another house? I like this place. I want an elevator.
Yeah, I would also have a bunch of doors that just lead to bricks. Just like you open the door and it's just like a bricks.
That'd be great.
Yeah, and one of them's not. One of them's like a false door you can go through like Dark Souls. You just have to hit it right. You can just go through that other room.
So whenever I play Animal Crossing, I
Yeah.
always make the rooms and like I have a perfectly normal house, and then one room is always devoted to human sacrifice. It has like pentagrams and skulls everywhere.
Oh, okay, right,
So
right.
it's like everything else is 50s style,
Yeah,
and then you go to one room and it's just very clearly a cult.
very clearly the bloodletting room. Yeah,
And this is my human sacrifice room.
yeah. Yeah, more action during certain times of the year, but that's par for the course.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it's just for those fun things where you have a visitor to Animal Crossing. It's like, and this is where people die.
and this is where people die.
Yeah. It's like I made an entire wrestling ring in the basement, but this is the weird part.
This is where you kind of like don't come here anymore. What I was talking about too before we got off track. So he takes this like pipe or whatever. It's like an iron. It's like a fire poker or something. But he tries to start hitting like Goku with it. He destroys his car in the process, and Goku does this very slick move, literally slick, where he slides upon his hair on top of like the top of the car. And this was set up earlier because he has like gel inside of his hair, so he can slide on that.
Yeah, he tries gelling his hair and it still spikes up.
Yeah, it's anime spiky.
It's not anime spiky.
White kid anime spiky.
There we go.
Yeah, all right, sorry. Trailer park anime spiky.
Yeah. Okay, look, like everyone that's important is Asian except Goku
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right.
and Bulma.
Well, that's because he's an alien.
Yeah. Look, just make him look a little bit apish.
Well, having like him having a tail.
Yeah, he's supposed to have a goddamn tail.
If he had like a tail, I would understand why people would pick on him at school.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to have.
Yeah, and then he goes like crazy because like he gets picked on and like all this stuff starts building up, and then Ozaru, like something like that.
Oh, spoiler.
Yeah.
Goku turns into a giant ape.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
If you've seen Dragon Ball, you'd know this.
So when he goes to see his grandfather and buries him afterwards, his last words are, "Go to see Master Roshi." We don't know where Master Roshi is or how far he is from Japan, but he goes there pretty quickly.
I don't even know if they're in Japan because everyone speaks English. Yeah.
It shows in like flashbacks that there is the giant monkey, and everyone knows exactly what that giant monkey is.
Well, everyone knows its name. Apparently, it's like Ozaru. Yeah.
Well, everyone watching the movie is like, "Oh, well, now I know that twist."
Yeah. Here's the funny thing too. That whole entire thing was from 2,000 years ago, right? So 2,000 years ago, Piccolo and Ozaru tried to take over the Earth, right? and they almost succeeded except for the Mafuba, which they sealed him into. And then somehow there's like a second Ozaru that turns out to be Goku 2,000 years later, who's only 18.
I assume he gets reincarnated when Piccolo's about to be revived.
I guess so, but how would he know that Piccolo's about to be revived?
Well, Piccolo kind of. Oh no, I'm not saying he has any
Yeah.
choice when he's a spirit. I'm thinking these things go in cycles.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like the dying of the embers in Dark Souls.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. That see, like you, that makes more. You keep on trying to make sense of this. like,
Yeah,
and
this is one of those movies where if you add a little bit more thought, everything makes more sense.
yeah, if well, the writers just chose not to do that, I guess.
No, so we go see Master Roshi, and Master Roshi is probably
Well, before that, like Bulma almost kills him.
Oh, that's right. Bulma comes. Bulma is sort of a Laura Croft aesthetic.
She is almost exactly like a Laura Croft
Like
character.
dual wielding pistols, same outfit, is looking for the Dragon Ball, which
Sassy.
yeah, which she calls something else, but I don't remember what it is.
Prometheus orb.
Yeah, she immediately, as soon as she finds out the name is, they're called Dragon Balls, she switches.
Oh, DBE, Dragon Ball Energy. Catchy name. like she talks really weird. It's like
It's very poorly written.
well, there's that. Yep.
Yeah, it goes for witty, but this comes out artificial.
Well, yeah, it's like getting a really bad tasting thing at like a Starbucks. It comes out very artificial flavored. Ding.
She tries to kill Goku, but then finds out that he did not steal the Prometheus orb. He has a different one.
He has a different orb that has different amount of stars on it.
Yeah, his has 4 stars, and hers has, 3 or 5? It's one off.
Yeah, it's like 3, I think. I think it's 3.
So anyways, then they go out.
Prometheus orb has 3 stars.
Then they go
Idiot.
off to find the Dragon Balls and go to see Master Roshi.
Yeah.
And Master Roshi is the best character in the show because he is the most like his adaptation. And that means he's an old pervert that lives by himself in a shitty apartment.
Is also the best actor too, which is Chung Young Fat, who is in a bunch of good Chinese movies and just good films in general.
He is the highlight of this movie.
Yeah, he is the best part.
Yeah, he is close to the character, but what is he? He's a martial arts master who is out of the monastery and is kind of a weird old dude.
Yeah, a weird old hermit.
Like they're going through and they're trying to find the Dragon Ball that he has, and they just find porn. It's like, oh, that's great.
Well, swimsuit edition. Yeah.
Porn.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Whatever. That's fine.
That's what swimsuit editions are. We can cover up anything with a small amount of fabric.
No. Well, women want to see what kind of outfits are on the market.
I would love to know the
data
on the demographics on who buys swimsuit editions.
Okay.
I would love to know that.
Yeah, you know
you're
what?
Right,
yeah,
to an extent, that's got to be true.
maybe that was the original intention, and then it just morphed into this terribly perverted thing.
Almost definitely not. I would say it's the
Other way around. Okay.
I would say that's a niche benefit they knew existed.
Okay. They could say that's the excuse. All right, fair enough. So they find Master Roshi. They find out he. Here's the weird thing too. It's like all these techniques are called like airbending.
Yes.
And he's Gohan's teacher. And he looks notably younger than Gohan.
I assumed that when you're a key master, you stop aging.
Okay, that's fair enough. Like Goku in the anime.
I never thought it was because of that. I always thought it was because he was an alien. That's a different story.
Oh, because he's a Saiyan. And I guess like Namekians don't age. Well, they age because you have the fat Namekian old man.
But their aging. Okay, weird lore.
Yeah.
Namekians' aging process increases every time they reproduce.
How do they reproduce, by the way?
They spit up eggs.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, and then they get older every time they spit up eggs.
Yeah, it's not. They age a little bit, but then also the amount they age per day and year increases.
Wow, that's a cool little lore thing I never knew about there.
Yeah.
Wow, I like that a lot. That's awesome. So
basically, when you're already old, I don't have that much time left anyways. You just make a bunch of kids to keep up the species and teach them all you can before you pass.
Okay, I'm wondering how an incel would work in that society.
It doesn't.
Okay.
I mean, they're all celibate. They don't have genitals. Hell,
Finally a planet with no incels. Yeah. Fantastic.
Namekians are such a boring species to be. Look, they're literally plant people. They need sunlight and water.
Yeah, so you can have fun drinks or food or anything like that.
They don't eat.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. In concept, it's good. In concept, you don't have the waste or anything else like that.
There's no food or sex.
Yeah, that sounds really dull. So there's that.
Yeah, to the point where like when we actually in the anime we see their planet, there isn't any like natural predators either.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. There is zero natural predators. Huh. I never thought about.
Yeah, they live a very boring existence.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so back to this even worse, more boring movie.
It is boring. I'll admit that.
So they go out to find the Dragon Balls.
Well, before they go out to find the
Oh, that's right.
Dragon Balls, they go. They Master Roshi tries to take Gohan somewhere. Goku, I mean, sorry, somewhere to train to get his ki up.
Yeah, which makes sense. But
Yeah,
there's a martial arts tournament in this Mongolian valley.
yeah. It has to be like Mongolia, I guess, or like it was probably Nevada, but it will just
Yeah,
say Mongolia.
look, I'm trying to think like where this would happen in anime, and like if we're
Yeah,
going in, I feel like Mongolia is a good area for it.
yeah. It seemed like almost exactly like that. In fact, when we like saw it first off, you said like, "Why are they in Nevada?" And it's like, well, it could be in Mongolia, Ted. And I was like, but they're still crossing a whole entire ocean, Kevin, to get to that point.
Yeah, uh, uh, I would not complain about this world's geography if they didn't show the actual Earth at any point, but they do.
They show it a lot,
Yeah,
actually.
but they can't do it here because Chi Chi's there with a bunch of people in martial arts.
Yeah, in martial arts,
I'm
a
tired,
bunch of
Kevin.
people in martial
I'm
arts.
tired, Kevin. I don't remember much of the middle part of this movie.
All right, that's fair enough. So okay, so Chi Chi's only there so Goku can meet up with her, and you don't have this whole entire weird thing where she just comes in at the end, and it's like a forced love thing.
Yeah, This is where she gets recruited to join the party.
Basically, yes. If this was like Chrono Trigger, this would be like they go back to like the Stone Age, and then there's that weird cave
Yeah,
woman that can join.
okay. So we talked about this when we watched the movie too. This is like weirdly Chrono Trigger like. Like this would be better if Goku was Chrono
Yes, yes, we did talk about that. That's true.
and Bulma is the tech girl. Like it's like it
Yeah,
works out like weirdly well. If this was just
Master Roshi's like Sir Frog,
yeah,
or yeah, whatever his name is. But yeah.
like, it would work better if this was a bad Chrono Trigger ripoff.
Oh, I would like that actually a lot more. I you get to see his hair, but it's red and stupid looking instead now.
That'd be better. Like
That would be better. Yeah, you're right.
oh god, I want that now.
And you get that weird kind of like non-good ending.
If even they acknowledge like this was like the reason things were weird is because this is not the first timeline this has happened.
Oh, that would make the movie so much better.
It's like you don't know, like your father screwed around the timeline and everything's different now. This is not how things are supposed to be.
Yeah, and then I have to erase this timeline because it sucks. So
We're making too many good movies, Kevin.
yeah,
This is not how this should work. So she joins the party. They go hunting Dragon Balls,
yeah,
but they need to add kind of their rogue to the party.
which is the Yamcha.
Yep, Yin Yamcha apparently digs holes in the desert.
He's like a okay in the anime Yamcha is like a desert bandit. He's a bandit, but in the anime he's so much cooler. He's so much cooler in the anime.
Yeah, well, this is a desert bandit. His scam is he
Digs a hole.
digs a hole and then charges people to throw a ladder down and pick them up.
Yeah, yeah, basically, yeah. And funny thing about that too is that Yamcha is just kind of like sitting back and he's sort of just like looking down the hole. Goku like jumps up like wicked high to try and like get out, and his only thing is like, "Whoa, jumping bean, take it easy. You do that one more time, me and my ladder are out of here." It's just like he talks like one of those Californian dudes.
It's weird.
It's really weird.
Now, it's solved by Master Roshi just jumping up there, negotiating with them, and giving away a third of Bulma's rights when she makes unlimited energy with the Dragon Balls.
Yep, yep. I mean, yeah,
And that causes a little bit of tension between the two of them.
right.
Yamcha and Bulma, which of course leads to a budding romance.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So here's the thing. Here's something I think we both would prefer, and yeah, original Dragon Ball could have done this as well. Like, I would have preferred a Goku and Bulma like romance.
I'm actually super okay with Goku just not having romance.
In this movie, it makes more sense for him to have romance. In the original Dragon Ball, it made almost no sense for him to be having any romantic partners
No,
at all.
his wife was more or less forced upon him.
Yes, I totally agree. and then made the most dysfunctional family ever made. So I feel so bad for Gohan.
Yeah, Gohan just didn't have a chance.
Yeah, I no Gohan didn't have a chance, and Goten, the future of the family, is not going to be doing too well either. So good luck with all that anime. But let's go back to the movie, and
So,
let's
so after
after you had the
Red Zero,
rogue.
he just jackhammers a bit into the wall, and they find the Dragon Ball they were looking for in the first place.
Yep, and they find that one almost immediately, which
Yep.
is good for them.
And then they have to go to what is it, a volcano or something?
Yes, it is a volcano, and they have to. That's where their next Dragon Ball reading is coming from.
They go there, but Piccolo sends out his minions, which they have to fight, and every time you cut them in half or something, they become two.
Yeah, like a Hydra, basically.
And eventually they realize just burn them all because they're in freaking volcano country.
Yeah, because like lava destroys everything. Not steam from a volcano though. That goes right up like Yamcha's like hoo ha, and he's fine.
Yeah, it hurts a little.
Yeah, I'm sure like he has like superhuman abilities. This Yamcha. That's why he's so cool.
Is he supposed to be cool?
He is cool in Dragon
I'm
Ball.
not arguing.
Okay.
I'm talking about this movie.
No, he's not supposed to be cool. He's supposed to be like that. I don't know if he's supposed to be like Han Solo.
Oh,
Like you know what I mean
I know
though.
what you mean.
Yeah, it's
Just, um,
just that's an insult to Han Solo. I know.
he'd be the unprincipled alignment in Palladium.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you know what? Thank you, Palladium. I want to say this again. Thank you, Palladium, for coming through for us yet again. You are the best RPG that I like to make fun of. All right,
But you now own a copy of
you know what? I do. Yeah, and I can make. And I'm a legitimate owner now. I can make fun of it all I want. So here's the thing too. So they go through that. They make a bridge with the I don't know what they are
minions.
minion bodies like the putties from Power
Yeah,
Rangers.
they're very much puppies.
Very much putties. So they just make like a bridge with like the putties, and they grab the Dragon Ball, and they're sitting pretty right now. They have like 3 Dragon Balls, maybe 4, and they're going back to the temple to get the Mofu Ba, as it's called. And as they're going back to the Mofu Ba, Goku comes to watch like a match Chi Chi has with Spandex Woman.
Yes, who entered the tournament just for this apparently.
Yep, just for that. And I guess she had like the whole plan of going to the tournament, getting Chi Chi's blood, where she just like scratched her with like a knife, which she just should have been disqualified if she scratched her with a knife.
Yeah, well, I think it was like part of her outfit, like built in or something. It was supposed
Right.
to be stealthy.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a
Yeah, and even Chi-Chi didn't notice. It was a minor cut.
yeah. Okay, you're right. The funny thing about that as well is that she would have to know that I guess she's spying on them, but she would have to know that Chi Chi was going to the temple later on that day, and there was this really weird scene with Chi Chi and Goku where he's trying to learn how to harness his ki to do the Kamehameha,
Yep.
Kamehameha, whatever you want. I don't know, whatever. But as soon as Ted saw that, he just like let out an audible sigh. His whole body kind of just like drooped. He just got so aggravated that they would do this.
Their Kamehameha was so bad.
Well, it's like a tiny little fart wave that just goes out,
That's a
basically.
great way of putting it.
Yeah, and it sucks. The effect sucks. Everything about it sucks. Sucks that it's literally a fire when it's more of like a concussive beam or whatever. But whatever. I don't want to get into
But
that.
anyways, Miss Spandex uses the blood to transform to Chi-Chi and sneaks into their camp at the end of the night.
Yeah,
And
I like how you are getting more in D&D with this as this goes along.
place in my brain where I'm comfortable.
Mm.
This movie is very uncomfortable. And now, interesting enough, she's caught kind of going around, but she's in Chi-Chi form. And Miss Spandex just goes into Goku's room and steals the Dragon Balls, and everyone just thinks for a second, "Oh, Goku's getting laid tonight."
Yeah. All right.
And like even they're like, "Huh, didn't know he had it in him."
Yeah, it's always the quiet ones.
Yeah, as the other two are kind of having a moment where they're clearly about to do the same thing, and then Goku's like, "Wait," Goku just walks over and like, "Wait, you're not in your room?"
The Dragon Balls are missing. DBE meter. Yeah.
So then they go out and look. There's 2 women in exactly the same outfits that look exactly the same, and Goku is separated from his friends by a literal wall of fire,
Okay. Yeah.
and he has to. He's called for help, and he has to pick which one. And you know what? Part of this, I like this. He gets it wrong.
Yeah. I like it more when they get it wrong. That's more. That's more. Well, it's more comedic. And
Yeah,
yeah. And as soon as like he sees that she has like the scar on her arm, he's like, wrong one, and she just shoots him in the back with a
yeah.
gun.
Which, by the way, just use a gun.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you almost killed him.
Yeah, it worked out really well.
Yeah.
So this,
Without Master Roshi Kamehamehaing him, which I guess they can do that.
yeah, well, that. So, anyways, Miss Spandex goes away, and Roshi heals Goku with spirit energy.
Yeah, as you do.
Oddly enough, another Rift's power.
Yeah, well, so
Real Palladium
it's
here.
coming back. This is coming back. I like it. Yeah. So that happens. They have all of the Dragon Balls. It's going to be the end of the world pretty soon. A chicken gets its head cut off during a romantic scene, ending the tension between Yamcha and Bulma, as it happens, I guess. There's that, and that whole entire scene with Chi Chi and Goku is just so unbearably bad that we just have to mention it just a little bit, Ted.
Oh god. Okay, so
He's trying to get his Kame Kame Da down.
he's trying to like light candles or lamps with it.
Yep. Taken right from Avatar: Last Airbender.
Yeah, and he's having trouble. So Chi makes a deal. Every time he does it right, he gets to take a step closer to her,
Yeah, the power of horniness shall truly make you a better fighter.
and it does.
It does. It works.
Yeah. The ancient Athenians actually had the same theory.
So you're saying this movie is pretty smart because it takes that kind of basis.
No, they're wrong. It's actually the exact opposite.
Okay.
The ancient Athenians, like when they're doing the phalanx, they thought it would be really good to keep the masculine essence in kind of the drive, and just have nope soldiers, no sex for a month beforehand.
Okay.
The opposite is true. Actually, you want all those things out apparently, and you want the hormones pumping.
Okay.
So,
Understood. So yeah,
yeah,
learn something new every day.
Yeah, that's the exact opposite of what you want.
Okay. Fair enough.
Interesting enough, it's also true for sports.
Okay, I didn't know that was also. Well, I mean, physical activity in that kind of way. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want your athletes to have a healthy sex life.
You want your Gokus to have a healthy sex life so they can fight Frieza the best. That's why he keeps on getting stronger. He keeps on having more kids.
Oh god, we'll talk. No, we'll have another discussion about how Saiyan blood seems to get more powerful as it gets diluted.
Well, isn't that weird? That's so weird.
It's very weird. That's all I gotta say about that.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
homeopathic.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Let's not get into this. But anyway, they go to the mountain or shrine or whatever it is that you need to put the Dragon Balls on to summon Shenron, the magical dragon that grants a perfect wish.
Whatever that means.
Whatever that means, it's a perfect wish, Ted.
I assume that means it's exactly what you say, and no like monkey paw sort of.
No
trickery.
dragon paw, just a perfect wish. I'm not trying to screw you over.
They go there, and the eclipse is happening, and they're worried. It's like, oh no, Ozaru's coming. It's like, foolish Goku,
You are Ozaru.
and he becomes a giant monkey
Yeah.
for like 30 seconds before he remembers that his grandfather said like, be true to yourself or some stupid shit.
With the power of being true to yourself and being a redditor,
You are
shall.
who you are, and
You-
now like I
You
don't.
is who you is.
I don't remember what he said. It was something stupid like that. It was like, have faith in who you are,
Yeah, that was about it.
and it's like,
And Roshi says that to him later on, I guess.
and somehow that's enough. And now the interesting part of this is Piccolo does end up getting a kill.
Yeah.
He does kill Roshi. Not before Roshi helps seal him up.
Yeah.
And after Goku, of course, masters himself and manages to channel his inner ape to
His
fly
inner
and
Donkey
fight,
Kong.
and yeah.
Yeah.
So that happens, and then you know what? They have one dead body, but 7 Dragon Balls.
So, Ted, let me ask you a question. You have 7 Dragon Balls. You can make one perfect wish. Now, you have a dead old man in front of you, of course, and you also have the whole entire world of things happening. Whole entire world. What is your one perfect wish?
By this movie logic,
Yes.
revive that old man. Also,
Dies 2 years later.
yeah, one old guy. Also, not your grandfather that died like 3 days ago in this movie.
You know what's funny too is that in Dragon Ball, they do a similar kind of thing with the wishes where they just say everyone killed by Vegeta, I wish them to be summoned back. Everyone killed by Nappa, I wish them summoned back. So you have all those people that died who come back.
Yeah, no, and like, actually, I think there was like one time like Vegeta gets revived on accident because someone killed him like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Like it was on Namek.
Yeah.
It was on Namek, and they
Which
just
is an interesting plot like that, but that's like a perfect wish where it's like there wasn't. It's like you were that they weren't screwing you. That is to the letter.
yeah. That's a perfect wish right there. Yeah.
Yeah, but no. Instead of when you have infinite cosmic power,
Yep.
one old dude. Not even everyone that was killed by Piccolo. He firebombs the village at one point. Like he's when
Yeah. He like kills a bunch of people in
he
this.
drains an ocean.
Yeah. I mean, you could have just wished like I wished everything that got destroyed by Piccolo came back or something similar like that.
I wish Piccolo's evil is banished forever.
Yeah, well, yeah, you could do that too. I mean, if they did do that though, they couldn't lead into a sequel, Ted.
Yeah, but no, they waste their wish and get only Roshi back.
Which Roshi's a cool guy. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong.
Also, when he comes back, I gotta admit this made me laugh. He was talking about like the afterlife, and like it was the first time he was truly calm, content, and happy.
Yeah,
And then Goten comes back and sends him back.
Gohan.
Gohan comes. It's like, nope, this is not your time.
He
Go
just
back.
kicks me out. Yeah,
He says, I need to watch over you. You finish your training. And that
that was a funny scene.
yeah. I like the. I don't know why. Like the
Grandpa.
like the afterlife. I always think afterlife scenes are like either amazing or awful.
This one has a pretty awful one where it's just blue.
Yeah. Briefly, Goku talks to his grandfather and is told to be true to himself or some stupid shit.
Yeah, not that you are Ozaru and then you're gonna be turning into a giant monkey. Just try not to be like not calm, dude.
Or like, don't be hasty with your wish.
Yeah, get the wish done already. All right, but yeah, exactly. Okay. Wish me back. I wanted to eat that chicken that they made that weird racist joke about.
Yeah, he makes a very stereotypical Asian meal.
Yeah, and chicken feet. Just
Oh God. There is a cliffhanger though.
Yeah.
And at one point in time, we see this like firebomb village, and there's no real explanation.
it had a Dragon Ball there.
You had a Dragonball there, but there's a woman there making we thought soup, but apparently just boiling water to make a hot towel.
To put on, like, I guess, like an ointment, not an ointment,
Yeah.
but like some sort of like
healing herbs.
healing
Maybe
herbs.
There's some ways you can make realistic-ish.
ish.
And it turns out it's Miss Spandex, just in a traditional Japanese outfit.
Wait, was it Miss Spandex?
I thought it was.
I
Might
think
just be some random woman. I'm okay with it.
I think it was the woman that they put the gun up to in the beginning.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, in the beginning or near the beginning of the film, like where she threatened her and the daughter.
Oh, that's right. We skipped that scene, but that was the first time they got a Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Who cares? We still put more thought into this movie than they did.
Yeah, darn right we did.
But she's taking care of an unconscious Piccolo.
And you have that slow turnover from him on the bed, like, oh, I wonder who that could be under the blanket that's fully covered on every part of his body. But as soon as he turns his head around, he's like just looking at them with a little bit of shock, I suppose. I don't really know what he's looking at them with.
Now, also, this is a really poorly made Piccolo.
Yeah. Thank you.
So Piccolo is in the anime.
Yeah.
Taller than humans. But
Yeah.
Not too much. He's not a giant, but he fit well in the NBA.
Yeah, I would say so.
A fit guy.
He also stretch his arms. He'd be great in the NBA.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot I could do that. But he's green.
Yes.
And has two little antennas on his head.
He also has like those weird pink things on his arm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I always assumed those were like muscles that were just kind of like seen through his skin or something.
Oh, just like exposed muscles, I guess,
Yeah,
or like.
If it wasn't for the fact they were asexual, I'd say those would be like a maiden display thing.
Yeah, okay,
I
get
guess
you.
in them, it's just sort of a weird mutation they have for no reason.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? If they have no predators and they're not trying to attract mates, so I have no idea why they look like what they do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Toriyama thought about that too much either. Originally, Piccolo was supposed to be like a demon or like a Mao
Yeah, he
or
was
whatever.
a yeah, he
He was
was
a
a
demon king.
yeah. I kind of wish they stuck with that instead of and then aliens everywhere.
Well, yeah, I mean, you had to go somewhere, and I guess the only frontier left is space,
The
my friend.
final
The
frontier.
final frontier is space and a bunch of stupid aliens.
Yeah. Dragon Ball really suffers from power inflation.
Well, yeah, just like the old economy used to do. Just like inflation was just terrible.
Yeah, well, like a power creep in like games, I guess would be a better way of putting it.
Yeah. I would say that's very on point.
Like, oh yeah, and then suddenly we're blowing up planets, and then it's not the fate of the planet, it's the universe, and then it's this dimension, and they're fighting an arena of multiple gods.
Hurry, Krillin! Throw your destructo disc, which can maybe cut someone in half, kind of.
Yeah, but misses all the time.
Yeah, but misses at the most key moments ever.
Yeah, poor
Uh,
Krillin. Like he's shit on so much, but he's just a dude.
well, he's like a Shaolin monk, dude.
Yeah,
He gets like shot once too, because he goes to be like a police officer for a little while, and he gets like shot by a bullet because he doesn't train enough, I guess. Well, he should be impervious to bullets, like
oh yeah, no,
yeah.
at a certain point, yeah, in this there's a certain level of martial arts. It's like, yeah, there's the human level, and then there's this level.
Yeah, god level, god tier, or demigod, I guess would be a better way to say it.
They kill several gods.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. That sucks.
That's fair.
That's
All right, Kevin.
kill old dragons.
We've talked a lot, and before I go on a personal monologue for a moment,
Yeah.
how many Dragon Balls would you give this movie?
Okay. Um. Man. That's really tough. I would go 4 out of 7.
Okay, so kind of average.
Yeah. All right. This has all of the markings of a movie that is painfully average in certain aspects, and has a bunch has like a few funny things if you know what Dragon Ball is, and then you can kind of like appreciate how bad it is and how off it is for that. If you have no idea what Dragon Ball is and had no idea coming into it, then you would just think like, oh, this movie's just a really sucky sci-fi movie.
Yeah, for that reason, I'm giving it a 2.
Okay, fair. So 2 out of 7 Dragon Balls. We both don't get our wishes because Ted didn't say 3.
No,
Piccolo has the other one, and he's laying in some sort of cot somewhere healing. So, all right.
don't worry, Kevin. We'll get the red Dragon Balls, which also grant wishes, but will destroy the world afterwards.
Oh yes, and we should go to Namek where the Dragon Balls are huge, and then you get 3 wishes.
Well, yeah, but the Namekians made Shenron.
That's so stupid too. The show is stupid, but it's fun stupid.
Yeah,
This is just stupid.
Yeah, there's a certain anime-ishness that lets that pass.
Anime charm.
Yeah. Like, I nitpick world building, but at a certain point, there's suspension of disbelief. Like, I've never really. When I watched, I think Gurren Lagann's probably the best example.
I love Gurren Lagann.
Yes.
You drill the world that drills you, or whatever that stupid line is.
Yours is the drill that will pierce the heavens.
Yeah, I love that.
An anime I make all my students watch.
Oh, Gurren Lagann? Nice.
It's
Okay.
not hard because they're just a scantily clad character constantly. But also, I feel like it's actually a good lesson about growing up to be a man.
No, I agree with that.
It's one of those things where like I've actually had to defend that to a parent before,
Oh,
and by
okay.
the end of it, they agreed with me.
Oh, see, Ted.
Well, they were like, "What the hell?" kind of thing, and then I'm like, "Blah." It's really a coming of age story, and sex is part of that, so that they don't shy away from that. The loss is part of that.
Yeah.
And really, it's about building yourself from this. And they're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, his brother's so cool.
Yeah.
The stupid sunglasses are so cool.
A guy I used to do Rocky Horror had a Teen Gurren tattoo on his back and cosplayed as him.
That's awesome. You know what? Mad props to that guy.
Yeah, he was great.
Too bad he got eaten by a mutant, but you know,
May he rest in peace.
may he rest in peace.
All right.
If you see a mutant zombie with a Gurren Lagann tattoo on its back, you know who that is.
Yeah. Probably still a cool zombie.
Yep. You know what? Still doing Rocky Horror Picture Shows as a zombie.
As most zombies do.
Yeah, because they do like the last few things they remember in life. I would love that, like a zombie.
Rocky Horror Show.
Yes, like okay, you don't have to pay for it either. It's just
No,
they do it for free.
Do it.
They always do it exactly at this time.
All right. So I'm just gonna get this off my chest before we go.
Okay.
Apologies, people, if I don't sound like my normal stuff. I suffered a personal loss recently. I'm gonna call him my nephew. Aiden has passed at the time of speaking. He is still in life support, but his brain has lost all function. I call him my nephew because not only is he my girlfriend's nephew, but he routinely him and his brother would check on our status as a couple because he eagerly wanted me to be officially be his uncle, which is way too cute, and at least I'm gonna give him that.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna give Kevin a link to the GoFundMe. Would you mind putting that in the description?
Nope. And if you guys would please donate or help Ted in any sort of way with that, then that would be much
Yeah.
appreciated.
Look, well, originally we were worried about. We thought he was going to make it, and we were worried about long-term physical therapy and other expenses and how much functionality he'd have moving, or whether or not they need to ramps or something. Now it's hospital bills, funeral expenses, and sort of adapting the family. Like we were talking quite a bit, and they don't want to be in the house that they stayed in with him a lot. They're thinking of just moving and trying to get a fresh start, sort of thing.
Mm.
I know it's a bit of a cliche, but it'd probably be the best for them mentally. Just fresh start and at least get his brother out of the bunk bed and everything made for two. Would be
Yeah. No, just
There's a lot of stuff in transitioning that needs to happen. So I'm gonna give Kevin the link and please help. Even if they don't, I'm not sure they'll get that far. Honestly, I mean they're keeping on life support for a few days just to allow the family to visit,
yeah.
and I don't know how expensive that is, but it cannot be cheap.
Yeah. And anything would be greatly appreciated. And I'm sure Ted would greatly appreciate that along with the
Yeah,
rest of the family.
if you want, I will gladly tell you about your exploits in the apocalypse. On my free time, I will watch any bad movie you want me to. I will make you a character in any RPG you want, min-maxed or otherwise, whatever.
Yeah, man. You'll even be baptized as a Mormon.
Look, yeah, if you for $250, I I will be baptized into the religion of your choice.
Ted. I would like to imagine like there's like a toy aisle of different Teds of different religions. Like you have the Mormon Ted, you have the Catholic Ted who's in the Pope outfit because he did so well.
Yep.
I would love a Ted toy line, different religious Teds.
I would pay money for some of those.
Yeah, just like Barbie. Just
But no, seriously, if you really want me to get baptized, now would be the time. I've never been baptized. This is a legitimate offer.
Yep. It's a virgin baptism. We're just awaiting him. But as we should conclude this kind of very somber ending. But thank you all for listening, and the link will be down below in the description, and it will be within like the YouTube and LinkedIn there as well. So please do donate very seriously. We would really appreciate it.
Yeah, please. And like I said, I will gladly put you into this. I'll tell you the stories to the front. I already have another report, which we just didn't get to this week because, frankly, I wanted to ramble more.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, but if there's anything I can do to incentivize that, I will gladly do so. Once again, I have no pride at this point. If there's anything I can do to make it more, please just let me know.
All right. Thank you, Ted. And thank you, listener, for tuning in today. We'll see you all next time.
Have a good night, everyone. Stay safe.
Stay safe.